Well, joining me now with more is Paul Jacobs, General Manager and SVP of North America and APAC at KAYAK. Paul, it's great to have you on the show.
Morning, Kristen. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Look, I've got a spring break long weekend on the horizon, and I am so looking forward to it. Why are some of the flights this year more affordable based on the data that you're seeing?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we see airlines adding new routes to some of the popular destinations, and we also see some new airports opening up that's adding capacity. So the good news is, especially if you're going international, there's deals to be had.
So what are some of the unexpected destinations perhaps gaining some popularity where you can find deals?
Yeah, but we're seeing places like Santiago de los Caballeros in the Dominican Republic gain popularity. Tulum in Mexico, which has a new airport that opened up in 2023. So you don't have to do the 2-hour drive to get there anymore, and that's taking share over places like Cancun. We see Maui trending, and we also see Osaka in Japan. And Japan in general has been on a kick for a while, so we see multiple destinations in Japan gaining a lot of share.
Those all sound great to me. Paul, where can travelers find the best airfare and hotel deals?
Yeah, so at Kayak, we look at this in a couple of different ways. We look at the total cost of travel, so flight and hotel, and we also look at what's a cheap place just to get to. So if you're looking domestically, places that you can get to for under $530 round trip, places like Atlanta, Denver, and Myrtle Beach. And then for deal destinations, we see places like Sacramento, prices being down 16% year on year. We see Dallas down 14%, and then Vail, which may not be your first thought for spring break, but actually makes a lot of sense if you want to do some end of season skiing. Pricing down 13% for that spring break.
I want to talk about Africa as well. I see that it's trending with searches up 6%. I lived in Cape Town for a bit. I get the interest there, why people would want to go. But what do you see as some of the more recent interests driving activity in that area?
Cape Town's a beautiful city. You're lucky to have spent some time there. Yeah, we see new routes and capacity being a key driver in Africa. So especially places like Casablanca and Marrakesh, you're seeing just more seats, and that drives prices down. So interest is coming up, and you can have some good deals there.
So spring break staples like Orlando and Miami, they remain top picks. What keeps them so popular?
Yeah, beautiful beaches, especially for parents like me that are thinking about that up in the Northeast and getting ready to get down south. Generally affordable airfare prices, and part of that is just that there's a lot of capacity. So there's a lot of flights that leave every day from the Northeast down to places like Miami and Orlando, and then world-class theme parks. So tons of stuff to do.
What's the best way to navigate this? We are pretty close to spring break, right? I think historically it's the last 2 weeks of March and the first bit of April at least. So if you haven't booked a trip, is there a way to save this late in the game?
Yes, of course. So a few things that we'd recommend. Always try to book 3 to 4 weeks out for domestic travel and at least 3 weeks for international. You can set price alerts on a lot of sites, including Kayak, where we'll notify you when flight, hotel, or car rental prices go down based on your selected dates and preferences. And a new tool that we have, use Ask Kayak. So if you go to kayak.com/app, you can simply ask us the same way you're asking me now. Where's a good place to get a deal? What day of the week should I fly? That type of thing. And we'll help you out.
How much on average can travelers save by using Kayak?
Yeah, it's a good question. So there's a lot of myths about like flying during the best day or time or when I book and getting a better deal that way. But really what we recommend is traveling on certain days is where you'll see the best savings. So midweek with Wednesday and Tuesday being some of the cheapest days to fly domestically. And I would avoid flying on Friday or Sunday if you can. Prices tend to be 13% more expensive on those days.
Yeah, I know those Sunday flights are tricky. Paul Jacobs, great to have you on the show. We are looking forward to some spring break action. Paul is the General Manager and SVP of North America and APAC at KAYAK. Thank you.
Again.
Yeah.